Hello everyone, welcome to EduCell. In this video, we are going to discuss about the unpaid first test SCI or Scopus Index journals. Those researchers who are working in computer science or computer networks, it is very tough to get a journal within 3 to 4 months. So here I kept the proof for you where we are going to discuss whether those journals which I have selected for you it is viable or not. You just check it. Just watch this video until the end of this video. We will complete each and every discussions related to the journals, as well as this series will helpful for you, like how to improve your API score, as well as how to get improve in your research careers, how to set your research careers in a proper way. Like if you are planning for get as an assistant professor in university, also you can plan for it. This series will definitely will helpful for you, as well as if you are a researcher who are working in research. You can say if you are a group of research people or you are an individual there, so how to get into a research and development companies, that also being helpful for this series. Okay, so let us start without wasting our time. I've just kept three journals which is definitely helpful for the researchers who are planning to get the revisions or might be to get the published within 3 to 4 months. Okay, let us start. So this journal is IT Journal of Research, which is Teller and Francis journal. Okay, where we will be discussing about whether it is SCI or SCI indexed or not, as well as before that we should know the aim and scope. In general, whenever the researchers actually submitting the paper without knowing the aim and scope, that time we are wasting our time. You can say because we have not studied the aim and scope and we submitted it after some days or some months, the revision came by writing only one sentence. This journal is out of scope, or might be kind of your article is out of scope. Such is kind of wastage of time for the researchers. So to avoid that one, first of all, whenever you are searching for any journal, that you should go to the aim and scope. There you'll get whether your article is belonging to those aim and scope there or not. Okay, so here the communication as well as electromagnetic, every sort of details is there. Those who are working in wireless communications, as well as those who are VLSI researchers, or might be those who are working especially for optical fibers or any kind of computer networks thing, they can choose this one or they can opt for this one. Then we can go to journal matrices. Basically, this Taylor and Francis, they are having the journal matrices as well as M and scope within the this one, as well as abstracting and indexing also they are having. So let us start with this matrices, whether they are following our objective or not. This impact factor is 1.3 for this 2023. They decreased. Actually, it was previously 1.5. Okay. Next is 3.3 site score, which is Scopus indexed. Impact factor is for Web of Science, or basically where we are saying SCI or SCI is indexed. Basically, for those we are having impact factor. Next is for site score. It is for Scopus indexed. Okay. These two indexes for PhD, you can say in India, we need be having like we have at least two scopus to get through, or maybe sometimes it is with a zero paper for some IITs or NITs or some good institutes or reputed institute. They are not worried about the papers, they are just worried about the work what you have done. Okay, as well as all the institutions, even if UGC said you have some at least one journal paper which is peer reviewed, they are not saying even if it is scopus or SCI. Okay, so it is clearly mentioned, as well as two international conference. That part we will discuss, because this series is helpful for the researchers. Basically the researchers, I'm focusing basically the PhD scholars, because they are worried about how to get through their own article within certain time, because PhD is, it is defined for everyone, like you have to complete within 4 or 5 years, or might be within 5 years, or hardly it is within 6 years. Beyond that, it is definitely hectic for the person who is doing PhD or might be research involvement. Okay, so that could be definitely with their research involvement, but we need to have a proper career growth. So that's why we should be doing every sort of details within a span of time, okay, within a defined time basically. Next, we'll be deciding about the Scopus indexed. Everything is there. Next, whether it is properly indexed or not, or what are the indexing of the journal. Here you can get it like cross-ref, every sort of details like which you want. Here our main target is whether it is Web of Science or not. Here it is clearly mentioned this is Web of Science, as well as this is SCIE indexed. Okay, they are properly mentioning this one, and Scopus index, which is important for us to read. Next thing is about I'll tell you the main fact where the people are actually facing the issue. Here it is clearly mentioned about the money, though it is unpaid, but they are limited to 6 pages. With just if it is six exceeds to 6 pages, so what exactly they are charging? 2,000 rupees, as if you are Indian author, so you have to pay 2,000 rupees. If you're not Indian, might be foreigner, so for them they're just keeping 75 USD for each page. Okay, so the limitations they should have as 10 pages. Here they have not mentioned about the plagiarism. I must tell you, if you need to through any kind of journal, any kind of article through this journal, so you should keep in mind, if it is less than 10, it is good enough. Always try to submit a journal within 10% plagiarism. And you keep in mind, if you're focusing on any AI tools, so try to reduce that, try to use your human touch there. Through that you can decrease the AI plagiarism also. Their AI plagiarism also they are working right now, they are targeting the AI plagiarism should be less than 10 also. So overall I must tell you, if you get through a journal paper, that should be below 10. And one demerit I must tell you for IIT research, journal of research, here the submission should be in Word format. Okay, so you can get the Word format here also, but Word format for those who are good at latex, I must tell you, Word is quite difficult. Even if for me it was difficult, but when I gradually worked with this IT journal, it was I was familiar, tried to familiar with it. Now I'm familiar with the Word format also. But initially, when I started my work in my PhD career, there I worked with the latex one, because we know those who are working with the latex, they know it very well. What's the difference between latex as well as the Word? Okay. Next, coming to this journal, you must submit this one in Word format, and for them the mathematical formula, definitely there is a problem, like how to get the mathematical formula, whether we'll keep the images format of it, whether it will get through or not. I must tell you, if you keep the images format, it will take time. Again, I'll tell you where it took time, just kept the proof for you. Here the submission I submitted, you can check the title, you can search the title also there in a this IT research journal also, you can check it, where we are going to discuss about the procedure. Okay, now peer review. Once I submitted it, the peer review started. Like we started with the submission first. I submitted it 2nd of August. It's created submission. Then it took a month because I was new that time. So when I submitted the Microsoft Word, that time I just kept the images of it, because I was not that much worried about keeping each and every sort of mathematical formula, because the mathematical formula writing in the Word is taking time. So for that I was not aware about the math type, one application. So here the math type application you can search on the internet. It is you can say the free trial you can get up to 30 days or 29 days. Basically I got 30 days, you can check it. So for 30 days they are providing you the free trial. Through that, if you want to write the paper, you just write it and just wait for the revision, and you can expect the revision within a couple of months. Means you can say within 2 months. I'll tell you like how I got it. Like this, 1 month it took to get to editor. Okay, so 2nd of August I submitted. Next peer review started. It went to the editor on 3rd of September 2023. Next is that out for review, like immediate they are just sent to the reviewers who are ready for the review. Okay, then I was just getting every sort of details I am just keeping in front of you, through which you can understand each way each points, like where it stopped, when I submitted, resubmitted. Okay, every sort of details is there. Once every sort of details are completed, then I got the acceptance on 3rd of December. Okay, so I must tell you, it took definitely 3 to 4 months. You can check. Like if I started with the 2nd of August, from 2nd of August, you can say 3rd of December. It took just 4 months. Okay, August to September, September to October, October to November, November to December, which is 4 months only. Within 4 months, I got acceptance of it. No doubt, I made a mistake within that. Like I took time to get revised version of those article. So in total, you can expect, if you are good at every sort of details, if you want to complete within one day the editor's comment as well as the reviewer's comment, you can expect within 3 months this paper will be accepted as well as published within 3 months also. If you are fast in nature, they are also fastest in nature. Okay, if you first in nature also, you can collab with it. And I expect that this Taylor and Francis series, you can understand how to get published, okay, within this less amount time. That's why I told you it's a fastest in nature. Now I'm going to tell you with the contents part. Okay, by the way, this content is not to be shown, the total content not to be shown here as per the IIT journal rule, as well as some journals which are subscription based. They have properly mentioned in their terms and condition not to show this one. Okay, so that's why I just kept only the front page, where here it is also, if you are going to download it, this first journal, the first page will be looking like this. Next is where you can expect, just I am just telling you what exactly they need. They basically need within the abstract, as per the reviewer, they need within the abstract, you should have to implement, provide the result, some result, like what exactly you have done, clear, as well as you should keep your major contribution for this paper. These two things are important. Next thing is, if you are writing the review, or like related work, that time you have to mention what are the lacunae that you have found out. Three things are important, and the last is important also, I must tell you, which is conclusion, whether the every sort of details which you have said is really concluded well or not. So four things if you keep in mind, definitely your paper will be through for this journal as well as other journals too. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. Next, we'll start with the another journal, which is a Springer journal, which is wireless personal communications. Most of the researchers who are working in this field, they know it very well. And I heard from the researchers, they said it took a year to get published, or might be year to get through. I understand, definitely, because if more people are coming to each journal, it took time. So here also it took time. We will be discussing. First, we start with the aim and scope. Okay, the aim and scope. When we started, like it, survey, original research, tutorial. It basically keeps every sort of uh, kind of research, as well as the which category we should work, like wireless communication along with big data analytics. They introduced this one, as well as business, economy, society with the environment. Basically it took computer science work, computer science type of uh, you can say category, where communication is one of them, where voice, data, images, multimedia type of transmission, if it is there. So this journal basically keeping such category to get published. Next thing is about the impact factor. So impact factor was previously 2 point something, 2.1 or 2.2 initially, previously in 2022. Right now in 2023 it is 1.9, as well as you can say the impact factor for 5 years is 1.8, and the submission for the first decision, it is just an average, where it's they said 16 days. Now we are going to discuss about the proof of it, whether it really took 16 days to get the answers or not. Now you can check this journal title, you can search also to get verified, because this video I kept for the verifications whether what they said is equal is really or not. Okay, so submission received means August 2023 we submitted. Then you can say the acceptance is on 16th July. Okay, like August I have submitted, July I got the acceptance. It took a year, almost a year, but within the problem, what exactly how where they took time. The main time they are actually taking is about reviewer acceptance. Reviewers, when they are try to give to the reviewers, reviewers were taking time, as well as when they are searching for the reviewers, that time also they took hardly 6 months. So the on an average, I'm just telling you, it will definitely through if your paper is some weightage, like as I told you the 4 points. Again I'm telling you, like the first is about abstract should be proper enough with some results included, as well as the major contribution of your papers in the introduction one. Second is, third is your lacunae. What exactly you found the lacunae with the uh, related work. That part you should have to keep in mind, as well as the conclusion should be proper. What you said earlier is really completed or not. That conclusion, the four things, if it is written well, every journal will be fine for it. They will definitely accept your paper or article. Here, this paper got accepted just after you can say 11 months. It took 11 months, around 11 months. They accepted it, and it is now recently it is published. Okay, so in total I must tell you WPC is a good journal where you can publish your paper without any hectic. Okay, definitely it took time. Next one is peer-to-peer communication or peer-to-peer network and application, where those who are working with the peer-to-peer communication, they must work with it, and this is a very good journal for them. And here you can see the peer-to-peer applications, as well as peer-to-peer communication contents, economics, every sort of details related to peer-to-peer, as well as data indexing structures, like data structure related work also can be published here. And QoS, quality of service, every sort of details which are related to the computer networks, as well as computer communications, as well as peer-to-peer communication. This is important here. If you are following these scopes, definitely your journal will be or your article will be published without any problem. Next is 3.3. Earlier it was 4.2 or 4.5 impact factor in 2022, but right now it is 3.3, and the 5 years impact factor is 2.8. As it said 49 days for the first decision as an average. I kept the proof for you where we are going to discuss whether it is true or not. Okay, you can search the title. This is a title. You can search and you can definitely find. I'll be discussing with the PDF I have right now. So this almost 18th August 2023 I have submitted, and the acceptance you can check. Reviewers accepted is 15th of December, but I got it on 7th of January. Best is like you can say is the reviewers have already accepted it, so it is 15th of December. It took around 4 months. You can say 18th August to 15th December means you can expect is 4 months. Within 4 months, the paper got accepted, and four things which I told you, these things if you keep in mind, definitely it will be true for each and every journal. So next, coming to the PDF which I have right now. Right now, this is a PDF of wireless personal communication, where it said like 16th of July they got published, as well as the information published online is 19th September, but they got accepted in 16th July. In peer-to-peer network, they kept every sort of details like when it got revised, when it got accepted, when it got published. But publications and acceptance, it took time. Within that time, in general, people are asking if it is accepted, why not it got published within the same day or might be within some 2 to 3 hours. It is not, because after acceptance, your article should be reviewed well by the authors, as well as by the typographical errors could be there. So for the authors also, it will be given to the authors, as well as their team is, or dedicated team is working for this publications. They will find the errors or typographical error. They will inform you whether they have completely written it well or not. Whether if there is an error, you can give them, which is basically proofread. We must tell the term as proofread. You can do the proofread of your article. Then if it is done from your end, then it will be published. And publications hardly took 1 to 2 days. If you have submitted your proofread within a time, defined time, definitely editor will give the informations to the publications team. They will publish it. So it took hardly 1 month during some journals where I was working, because my main concern is, like, I have to check every sort of details within within my time, as well as I have to check each and every sort of errors. Like, if some errors could be there, we cannot change further. So that's why during the proofread I was very serious, or you can say the keen serious, while finding the errors. I hope the three journals which we discussed in detail is helpful for you. So thank you for watching. If you have any doubt, please comment below. Thank you.